Biden says he will travel to Baltimore next week following bridge collapse. UpData's President Joe Biden said Friday he plans to visit Baltimore next week with Maryland Governor Wes Moore, following the recent collapse of a major bridge that killed 6 people and shut down a vital shipping port. Biden confirmed next week's trip to reporters after landing on Air Force One at Joint Base Andrews after returning from New York. Biden did not say which date he will make the short visit to Baltimore. The president has pledged his administration's full support as Baltimore recovers from the bridge disaster, and said he expects the federal government to cover the full cost to rebuild the bridge. The announcement came as crews continued to assess the immense wreckage in the Patapsco River, and as specialized salvage equipment began to arrive. Some 1,100 personnel from the Army Corps of Engineers, along with highly specialized equipment, were deployed to remove the debris and reopen the nation's largest vehicle handling port. The Chesapeake 1000, the largest floating crane on the eastern seaboard, arrived in Baltimore at 11 p.m. Thursday, U.S. Coast Guard spokesperson Carmen Caver told USA Today. "This crane is massive," Moore said. "So is the challenge ahead of us." 2 cranes were on scene Friday, with 2 more expected to arrive in the coming days, Moore said at a news conference. 3 heavy lift barges have also arrived in the Baltimore harbor to hoist the wreckage and haul it away, the Navy announced Friday. The governor said in the coming days, a total of 7 floating cranes, 10 tugboats, 9 barges, 8 salvage vessels, and 5 Coast Guard boats are expected. "Our team went out with the Coast Guard just a few hours ago," Moore said. "To go out there and see it up close, you realize just how daunting a task this is. The rubble from the bridge, with sharp, lethal edges, clutters the floor of the shipping channel," according to the Army Corps of Engineers. The wreckage, some of it 50 feet below the surface in turbid water, is being assessed before being cut into pieces, Lt. General Scott Spellman, commander of the Army Corps of Engineers, told USA Today. Surveys of the damage have been complicated by the river's strong current and low visibility, U.S. Coast Guard Rear Admiral Shannon Gilreath told reporters. The bodies of 4 construction workers who were on the Francis Scott Key Bridge when it collapsed are believed to still be inside vehicles in the wreckage. A crew of 8 workers were on break at the time of impact. 2 were rescued hours after the crash, and on Wednesday, 2 bodies were recovered from inside a pickup truck submerged in the river. Officials suspended the recovery effort because of the dangerous conditions for the search teams. Moore said divers will continue the search when it's safe. Parts of the Mid-Atlantic region were under wind advisories Friday, as gusts as high as 50 miles per hour were forecast, according to the National Weather Service.